Now, it is just 10 minutes before the Oscars ceremony is about to start in Los Angeles. I'm pleased to say that we're joined by the US broadcaster and author Carol Gould. Carol, what a difference a year makes. This time last year, we were talking about the hashtag Oscars So White. Now we are seeing a very, very diverse nominations.
Yeah.
Good news.
Yes, what a difference a year makes. It's hard to believe. I mean, it is possible that some of these films were already in production when you and I spoke. And it's also possible that a lot of money was poured into films with diverse themes and diverse actors and talent in this past year to make up for this appalling absence of diversity that we talked about last year. But isn't it something? All 5 documentaries this year have a Black or African theme. And that's very exciting. I think it's wonderful. And so many talented actors from the African American community
and so
nominated.
Many, of course. Directors,
Barry Jenkins, who's 35. Believe it or not, he will be the first Black director if he wins. And he will be also the youngest, if I'm not mistaken, the youngest director ever to win. If he wins.
Absolutely. And what is astounding is, yes, of course, this was in production before last year, but it's now gradually coming through, finally. Yes. And films like Moonlight, they certainly have a really strong shot to beat La La Land.
Yes, you've got Moonlight, which I thought was wonderful. We curmudgeonly BAFTA members, we get very detached, but I did cry at the end. I found it very moving. It's a slightly flawed film. I won't go into it. We don't have time. I could tell you what I think some of the script flaws are.
Of course.
But it's a beautiful film. That's right.
I know. Sadly, we don't have enough time. But what we really do want to talk about is the fact that, of course, this may be Jimmy Kimmel is presenting, hosting, so it may be quite political, but regardless of whether he brings politics into the whole hosting of this, it's already been very political because we've got, you know, the white helmets. They couldn't get visas to come. That was all very last minute.
Very last minute,
travel ban.
And also, if Mahershala Ali wins, he's a very political actor. He doesn't care what he says. So if he wins, he's going to make a statement perhaps about the ban, about journalism. And there are other people who I think will stick their neck out for journalists, for creative people. I have a feeling there will be political statements. I don't think Jimmy Kimmel will. I think he'll just do his routine and he'll get into it, and I think he'll be rather neutral. But this is an exciting year also for the themes. I mean, there are so many films, short documentaries about Syria, about Lampedusa, the refugees, fire at sea, about the Africans coming to the various places, Greece and Lampedusa, to escape persecution. So it's going to be a very interesting night, politically and artistically and creatively.
Yes, of course, the issues as well, and the salesman, the director, the Iranian director, that had its premiere
Asghar
here in
Farhadi,
London.
Yes, yesterday. Sorry, today. Yesterday. Actually, it is yesterday, middle of the night, in Trafalgar Square. Huge turnout, even though it was raining. And Asghar Farhadi is such a brilliant director. He did a film last year he was a taxi driver driving around Tehran. Taxi Tehran, it was called. And he's a brilliant director. Amazingly, he's very much anti the regime, and yet he works. They haven't done anything punitive to him in Iran. But he's so angry that he won't come to the Oscars. He's angry about the ban.
Well, yes, many people angry about the ban. Ceremony starting in 5 minutes. I know you'll be joining my colleague Lebu a little bit later, but thank you very much, Carol Gould.
Thank you for having me.
So, yes, we'll have lots and lots more on the Oscars as and when that ceremony starts. But from Sharon Jit in Singapore, from me in London, thanks for watching Newsday.